Friends, thanks so much for joining me today. We are going to turn this into this with this. Alright friends, so we have this Rust-Oleum dry erase mix. We have this dry erase product. We want to turn our desks into a whiteboard so that students can collaborate and they can draw out their ideas or whatnot right on the desk. We don't have to use paper or anything like that. So here's how we will do it with this stuff. First step is you need to sand your surface. Sand your surface first thing. Alright, so after you have sanded down your surface, the next thing to do is wipe it down with a lint-free cloth, or I just use a wet paper towel, a damp paper towel, and it's not really that wet, it's just damp enough to collect that dust that you have created when you sanded your surface. So now I wipe it down, and now I will let it air dry, which shouldn't take much more than 5 minutes or so. Okay, so I've sanded off my top, I've wiped it down, it is dry. Now I need to mix part A and part B. So I'm going to open both cans, pour part A into part B, and mix it until it's all a uniform color. Then I'm going to start brushing right on. The box says to mix for 2 minutes, so I'll go ahead and do that. I'll start for 2 minutes, make sure it's a uniform color and consistency. Then I will brush it on. It says to make sure to use this within 60 minutes of activating it, of mixing them together. It has an odor to it, so what I would recommend, I'd recommend doing your painting, putting it on your surface, and then maybe vacating for a little bit, or maybe putting a fan in the room you're going to work in so you don't get overcome by any fumes, you don't get any lightheadedness. If you do get lightheaded, make sure you leave that area and get to a well ventilated area. I am doing this in the afternoon, where this is a Friday when I'm actually doing this, Friday afternoon. The kids just left, so it'll sit for the rest of the day today, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then we won't have any interaction with any human beings until 8 a.m. on Monday. So it says to let it sit 3 days before any marker gets on it, and my plans for Monday do not involve any marker being on these anyway. So it should be enough time to where we don't need to worry about that. So when I first opened up the can, B was a creamy type color, white, or the A was a clear, and now it is a white consistency. So I'm going to go for just a little bit longer. It's not quite been 2 minutes. I'm going to mix it a little bit longer. Then I'm just going to paint this on, and I have a couple other desks I'm going to do it to. And so we will paint it on, and then we'll let it sit for the weekend. Here we go, folks. We'll just paint it on. It says to use a foam roller. I'm just going to use a brush. It brushes on pretty thick. I imagine it'll have a self-leveling type feel to where it'll come on thick and then it'll kind of expand itself, kind of self-level. You want to make sure that you put enough on that you don't have the desk color or whiteboard, or rather your drywall or whatever you're putting it on, you don't have that showing through. I've done these in the past with desks, and that's been my first mistake that I made when I first did the first batch, was not putting enough on. and then you can see the desk through the whiteboard paint. So that was a learning experience on my part, and after doing this to the rest of them, I learned that I need to put plenty on. You need to apply enough to where the material doesn't show through from the original material. Alright friends, there we go. It's all painted. Now we wait and let it dry over the weekend, and then I'm sure will come back and it'll be able to be used as a whiteboard. Thanks so much for watching, folks. I really appreciate the view. I would really appreciate it if you go down there and hit that subscribe button. And I also would appreciate it if you work hard, because hard work is its own reward. Thanks for watching.